I've had 7 days since I tried to rip a chapter out my mind. I've tried, and his laugh is just as soft as yours, smiling just as wide. He could be what I like, and his voice is just as dark as yours, freckles just as light. Could be what I desire. Still feels like my hands are tied, hands are tied, hands are tied. 'Cause he's got those stranger eyes, stranger eyes, stranger eyes. And he could be what I like, what I like, what I like. But he's got those stranger eyes, stranger eyes, stranger eyes. Stranger eyes, stranger eyes, a lot I like. Stranger eyes, stranger eyes, a lot I like. Shadows played a trick on my eyes. Creatures in my bedroom at night. Lately I have not been sleeping fine. I can't get no peace of mind. Though I could be better than I've ever been. Got friends, a family, and a place to stay. Though I should be better than ever when I see my loved ones every day. I know for every laugh we share today, there'll be a teardrop later on. I know the more I have, the more I have to lose, the less I feel I've won. I've been having nightmares. I've been having nightmares. We were riding through the woods with our bikes. We got scared when it got darker at night, 'cause everyone was missing safety lights. So we tried to use a flashlight as a guide. And now I'm standing in an overcrowded train, picturing the times we had as children while the rain is pouring down the windows and the people push their way. Better days, I've seen better days. Take me back to my hometown. Take me back to my loved ones. We were kids, now we're all grown. Back in my hometown. Take me back to my hometown. Back to my loved ones. Back to my hometown. Back in my hometown. 'Cause we've been told that's the way our world goes round. Walking on the grounds we've always known, stepping on the footprints in the snow. But when it melts, the other ways will show. We're gonna make the footsteps on our own. Now life can wait just for a while. Now life can wait, so take that aside and just go on.
Before proceeding to other interesting fact information, don't forget to press the subscribe button and activate the bell, then like and also...
You must know. Interesting facts about the real TikTok app. Did you know that TikTok is the most downloaded app globally in 2020? TikTok is known for content uploaded by singers, actors, and dancers. This app inspires people to record themselves singing and dancing to share with friends in the world. But where did this app suddenly appear and why has it become so popular? Here are a series of interesting facts about the TikTok app. TikTok is the most downloaded app globally in 2020. TikTok was downloaded nearly 115 million times in March 2020 alone. This makes it the most accomplished app to date in a single month. Download growth has been accelerated by the COVID-19 pandemic as many people spend time indoors with their smartphones. TikTok is called Douyin in China. The original TikTok app launched in 2016 and was created by ByteDance in China. They called the app Douyin, and then launched it to Western markets in 2017 as TikTok. Douyin is exactly the same app as TikTok, but in China it attracts a slightly older demographic, with users ranging from children to middle-aged adults. Around 41% of TikTok users are between 16 to 24 years old. TikTok was designed with the younger demographic in mind. This app allows users to express themselves through lip-syncing, acting, dancing, and singing. In 2019, a survey showed that 41% of users were between the ages of 16 to 24, and that's not surprising given the app's points. It attracts a younger audience due to the nature of content creation. It is a form of self-expression. TikTok was originally called Musical.ly. Musical.ly launched in 2014, with users uploading short videos of themselves that lip-synchronize and become comedic. However, this changed to TikTok when the two merged in 2017. On November 9, 2017, the Chinese company ByteDance, founder of TikTok, bought Musical.ly for $1 billion US. TikTok hopes to take over the market and attract younger users. The merger occurred on August 2, 2018, bringing together TikTok users and Musical.ly accounts to form one community. TikTok is a globally available app, except in China, which remains a separate version called Douyin. In 2019, TikTok introduced ads encouraging users to take a break from the app. In 2019, as part of TikTok's You're in Control content series, campaigners are designed to help users. In an effort to encourage users, TikTok creates advertisements to remind users to take a break from the app. The campaign is teaming up with TikTok celebrities to encourage users to drink water or get food, because sometimes you can get so lost in the app that you forget to take care of yourself. TikTok is banned in India. In 2020, TikTok has been downloaded more than 611 million times in India, which is about 30% of the total global downloads. That's more than the total number of downloads in the US, with 200 million downloads in 2021. However, on the 29th of June 2020, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology blocked the use of the app in India. TikTok has a time management feature. Before the "You're in Control" campaign was uploaded to TikTok, there were previous attempts to reduce screen time. This campaign was introduced in April 2019 and encourages users to take a break from constantly looking at the screen. Screen time management features promote digital well-being by allowing users to limit their daily usage time. This is a response to research on the app's effects on users' mental well-being and brain development. Several studies have shown that repeated viewing of short videos can reduce attention span, especially in the developing brain. The average total time spent on TikTok per day is 52 minutes. Statistics from business apps reveal that in 2019 the average total time users spent on TikTok was 52 minutes per day. The average user will open the app 8 times per day and spend around 6 to 7 minutes on the app. That's almost an hour of time spent uploading and creating video content or scrolling through a lot of content already in the app. Compared to other social media apps, this is a normal average, as Instagram users spend about 53 minutes per day on the app. % of TikTok users use the app several times every day. Did you know that 3/4 of all downloaded apps are accessed only once, then never used again? This puts TikTok in the remaining quarter, with 90% of its users using the app every day. In 2021, TikTok is worth $140 billion United States dollars. TikTok more than doubled its annual revenue in 2019. At the end of 2018, it was valued at $7.4 billion and reached $17 billion at the end of 2019. TikTok was worth $75 billion United States dollars in early 2020, which makes it the most valuable privately owned company in the world. However, by 2021, it will be worth $140 billion United States dollars. In addition to being a lucrative app, the average TikTok star can earn between $50,000 and $150,000 per year. TikTok has become one of the most popular and used social media apps and platforms in the world. Its creators have targeted the younger generation and created a slightly addictive platform. However, this platform is a place where teens can express themselves creatively with a global audience from the comfort of their home. Interesting facts about the list of countries with the most savings in Swiss banks and why. According to the data obtained, India is ranked 74th as a country whose citizens and companies from that country park their money in banks in Switzerland. India's position is down compared to a few years ago, which was in 73rd position. Quoted from ndtv.com, the data was obtained by the Swiss National Bank or SNB. India is still at a low level regarding the country's customers who deposit their money in banks in Switzerland. In 2017, India was recorded at 88, but in 2018 it jumped to 73rd. came from the UK. Other countries in the top 10 are the Bahamas, Germany, Luxembourg, Cayman Islands and Singapore. Among the BRICS countries, India ranks the most distended considering Russia is in 20th position, followed by China at 22, South Africa at 60 and Brazil at 65. The countries with the fewest citizens or companies keeping their money in banks in Switzerland and neighboring India are Nepal at 109th, Sri Lanka 14th, Myanmar at 187th and Bhutan at 193rd. The data presented by the SNB also shows that for the first time in 4 years, a Pakistani citizen or company has deposited their money in Switzerland. In total, the number of people or companies depositing their money in Swiss banks has decreased following global regulations against strict banking secrecy in Switzerland. Describes the data they presented as not indicating the amount of illicit money held in Switzerland. So far, Switzerland is known as a haven for billionaires from several countries to save money. It is alleged that citizens of companies from various countries hid their illicit wealth abroad using multiple layers of jurisdiction, including tax-exempt countries, to transfer the money to Swiss banks. Until this video we made in November 2021, the information is only an estimate from the information that existed several years ago, and now in 2021, of course, the data has changed. Many billionaires hide money in Swiss banks. Maybe these are some of the reasons. Switzerland is known as the safest place to save the money of the world's billionaires. Not only the upper-class businessmen who save money in this European country. Criminals to banned organizations also do the same thing. Then why are Swiss banks a favorite location to hoard the wealth of billionaires? Quoted from the CQ page, Swiss banks have a reputation for maintaining the confidentiality of the owners of funds, anonymity. In addition, banking security in Switzerland is also very guaranteed. The secrecy and security of depositing funds in Switzerland continues to this day, even though the country's government has made several easing of secrecy in their financial rules. The reputation of Swiss banks in maintaining customer confidentiality is well known. So popular, many world leaders often accuse corrupt political opponents of hiding their illicit money in Switzerland. Why do criminals save money in Switzerland? Then is it illegal to keep illegal money like the proceeds of corruption and crime in Switzerland? The Swiss government often claims to impose financial regulations to limit the practice of illicit money laundering in banks in the country. But it is considered by many as mere rhetoric. This is because money laundering itself is almost difficult to detect. Because in practice, criminals and corruptors can save their money in Swiss banks through shell companies from other tax havens. So it is very difficult to detect whether the money deposited in Swiss banks is money from illegal or legal business. Swiss banks. due to the nature of their country's laws used to keep account holder details confidential, make them a great choice for hiding untold wealth. Switzerland was the first country to define a modern banking system. From account numbers, secret safes, and the latest technology of banking secrecy, many Swiss banks were first introduced, said Ashish Shankar, head of investment at Moschel Oswald, one of the companies that carried out the placement of funds. It's been hundreds of years. Banking in Switzerland has practiced this practice for centuries, hundreds of years longer than US banking. Switzerland since the Middle Ages has been a parking lot for European feudal lords. Switzerland is also known as an opportunist country. As long as it is economically profitable, running a money-keeping secrecy business is not a problem. This country has also positioned itself as a neutral country and far from conflict. Switzerland still reaps profits from the financial system it operates even when mainland Europe was torn apart by World War I and World War II. Dictators, emperors, prime ministers, military generals, businessmen from warring countries, both the Axis and the Allies, all deposited their money in Swiss banks. The leader of the German Nazi Party, Adolf Hitler, was one of them. He was known to hoard a lot of money in Swiss financial institutions. Switzerland's mountainous terrain also makes it easy for Switzerland to build super-sized secret vaults. They also implement a high-tech process that ensures the anonymity of their clients. The only people who will have access to the client's identity are the owner of the private banker and several other high-ranking managers, making the entire operation highly confidential, Shankar said. For centuries, Swiss laws have also been drafted in such a way that it is almost impossible to tell if someone has an account with a Swiss bank, let alone know the details, he added. The rules for security and customer confidentiality have not escaped the protests of many countries, but in fact this persists. Governments and officials in many countries are often frustrated when they find out that the funds of criminals from their country are kept in Switzerland. Is Switzerland still as strict as it used to be? The Swiss government itself began to relax the rules of security and customer confidentiality after the September 11th attacks, 9/11s. At that time, the United States pressured Switzerland to reveal accounts suspected of being linked to the terrorists. The era of secrecy and security in Switzerland also began to slowly loosen after in October 2018, the Swiss Federal Tax Administration, FTA, began to share information about people who have accounts in their banks with their respective countries. Arrangements involving FTAs automatically share information such as owner's name, address, country of residence, account balance and other details, allowing the respective countries' authorities to check whether their taxpayers have declared their foreign financial accounts. But still, the rules can be foolish. Some fund owners hire great lawyers and accountants to get around the latest Swiss government regulations. It is also important to know that not all wealth in Swiss banks comes from criminals. Big businessmen also tend to keep some of their wealth in Swiss banks to protect themselves from bad things. Bad things like lawsuits, high taxes, coups, or even something personal like a divorce settlement so that the property is not shared with the spouse. Due to the stable nature of the Swiss economy, money held in Swiss banks also tends to remain safe and immune from most global disasters and wars. Despite offering very low interest rates, nothing beats the guarantee of security and confidentiality of money deposited in Switzerland.
Hello, my fellow people who brought me to dance, Delawareans. I see my buddy Senator Tom Carper down there, and I think Senator Coons is there, and I think the governor's around. And is that Ruth Ann? And that former Governor Ruth Ann Minner. Most importantly, my sisters-in-law, my sister Valerie. Anyway, folks, the people of this nation have spoken. They've delivered us a clear victory, a convincing victory, a victory for we the people. We've won with the most votes ever cast for a presidential ticket in the history of the nation. 74 million. What I must admit has surprised me tonight. We're seeing all over this nation, all cities and all parts of the country, indeed across the world, an outpouring of joy, of hope, renewed faith in tomorrow, bring a better day. And I'm humbled by the trust and confidence you placed in me. I pledge to be a president who seeks not to divide, but unify. Who doesn't see red states and blue states, only sees the United States. I work with all my heart, with the confidence of the whole people, to win the confidence of all. And for that is what America, I believe, is about. It's about people. And that's what our administration will be all about. I sought this office to restore the soul of America, to rebuild the backbone of this nation, the middle class, and to make America respected around the world again, and to unite us here at home. It's the honor of my lifetime that so many millions of Americans have voted for that vision. And now, the work of making that vision is real. It's a task, the task of our time. Folks, as I said many times before, I'm Jill's husband. And I would not be here without her love and tireless support of Jill. And my son Hunter and Ashley, my daughter, and all our grandchildren, and their spouses, and all our family. They're my heart. Jill's a mom, a military mom, an educator. She has dedicated her life to education. But teaching isn't just what she does, it's who she is. For American educators, this is a great day for y'all. You're going to have one of your own in the White House. And Jill's going to make a great First Lady. I'm so proud of her. I'll have the honor of serving as a fantastic Vice President you just heard from Kamala Harris. Who makes history as the first woman, first black woman, the first woman from South Asian descent, the first daughter of an immigrant ever elected in this country. Don't tell me it's not possible in the United States. It's long overdue. And we're reminded tonight of those who fought so hard for so many years to make this happen. Once again, America's bent the arc of the moral universe more toward justice. Kamala, Doug, like it or not, your family. You become an honorary Biden, there's no way out. For all those of you who volunteered and worked the polls in the middle of this pandemic, local elected officials, you deserve a special thanks from the entire nation. And to my campaign team and all the volunteers, and all who gave so much of themselves to make this moment possible, I owe you. I owe you. I owe you everything. And all those who supported us, I'm proud of the campaign we built and ran. I'm proud of the coalition we put together, the broadest and most diverse coalition in history. Democrats, Republicans, Independents, progressives, moderates, conservatives, young, old, urban, suburban, rural, gay, straight, transgender, white, Latino, Asian, Native American. I mean it, especially those moments, and especially for those moments when this campaign was at its lowest ebb. The African American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours. I said at the outset, I wanted to represent this campaign, to represent and look like America. You've done that. Now let's elect the administration to look like and act like. For all those of you who voted for President Trump, I understand the disappointment tonight. I've lost a couple times myself, but now, let's give each other a chance. It's time to put away the harsh rhetoric, lower the temperature, see each other again, listen to each other again. And to make progress, we have to stop treating our opponents as our enemies. They are not our enemies, they are Americans. They're Americans. The Bible tells us to everything there's a season, a time to build, a time to reap and a time to sow, and a time to heal. This is the time to heal in America. Now this campaign is over. What is the will of the people? What is our mandate? I believe it's this. Americans have called upon us to marshal the forces of decency, the forces of fairness, to marshal the forces of science, and the forces of hope in the great battles of our time. The battle to control the virus, the battle to build prosperity, the battle to secure your family's health care, the battle to achieve racial justice and root out systemic racism in this country. The battle to save our planet by getting climate under control. The battle to restore decency, defend democracy, and give everybody in this country a fair shot. That's all they're asking for, a fair shot. Folks, our work begins with getting COVID under control. We cannot repair the economy, restore our vitality, or relish life's most precious moments, hugging our grandchildren, our children, our birthdays, weddings, graduations, all the moments that matter most to us until we get it under control. On Monday, I will name a group of leading scientists and experts as transition advisors to help take the Biden-Harris COVID plan and convert it into an action blueprint that will start on January the 20th. 2021. That plan will be built on bedrock science. It will be constructed out of compassion, empathy, and concern. I will spare no effort, none, or any commitment to turn around this pandemic. Folks, I'm a proud Democrat. But I will govern as an American president. I'll work as hard for those who didn't vote for me as those who did. Let this grim era of demonization in America begin to end here and now. The refusal of Democrats and Republicans to cooperate with one another. It's not some mysterious force beyond our control. It's a decision, a choice we make. And if we can decide not to cooperate, then we can decide to cooperate. And I believe that this is part of the mandate given to us from the American people. They want us to cooperate in their interest. And that's the choice I'll make. And I'll call on Congress, Democrats and Republicans alike, to make that choice with me. The American story is about slow yet steadily widening the opportunities in America. And make no mistake, too many dreams have been deferred for too long. We must make the promise of the country real for everybody, no matter their race, their ethnicity, their faith, their identity, or their disability. Folks, America has always been shaped by inflection points, by moments in time where we've made hard. This country. We're always looking ahead to an America that's freer and more just, ahead to an America that creates jobs with dignity and respect, ahead of America that cures diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's, ahead to an America that never leaves anyone behind, ahead of America that never gives up, never gives in. This is a great nation. It's always been a bad bet to bet against America. We're good people. This is the United States of America, and there's never been anything we've been not able to do when we've done it together. Folks, in the last days of the campaign, I began thinking about a hymn that means a lot to me and my family, particularly my deceased son, Bo. It captures the faith that sustains me, which I believe sustains America. And I hope it can provide some comfort and solace to 230,000 Americans who've lost a loved one to this terrible virus this year. My heart goes out to each and every one of you. Hopefully this hymn gives you solace as well. It goes like this. And he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, and make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand. And now together, on eagle's wings, we embark on the work that God and history have called upon us to do. With full heart and steady hands, faith in America and in each other, with love of country, and thirst for justice, let us be the nation that we know we can be. A nation united, a nation strengthened, a nation healed. The United States of America, ladies and gentlemen, there's never been anything we've tried we've not been able to do. So remember, as our grandpapa used to say when I walked out of his home when I was a kid up in Scranton, he said, "Joey, keep the faith." And our grandmother, when she was alive, she yelled, "No, Joey, spread it. Spread the faith. God love you all. May God bless America, and may God protect our troops." Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The teeth of vampire bats are very sharp, so that the bite may not be felt at all. Bat saliva can reduce pain, so without realizing it, bats can drink the blood of their victims for up to 30 minutes. Animals. Hippos have the closest relatives, namely mammals, whales to dolphins. The chameleon's tongue is as long as its body. The movement is so fast that it can catch prey in a matter of seconds. Husky dog breeds can run at a speed of about 31 kilometers per hour, but its main strength is in the endurance of the husky. Eagle eyes are 4 times sharper than human eyes. If a starfish is split into 5 parts, as long as each part contains a part of the central disc, then the 5 starfish will still survive. The adult bison is the largest land mammal in North America. Hummingbirds can flap their wings up to 200 times per second in order to fly in the sky. Pregnant armadillo mammals always give birth to 4 identical babies. Jaguars can see in the dark 6 times better than humans. Deer antlers have a velvety covering when they grow. When the horns are mature, the velvet will disappear. Giant tortoises from the Galapagos Islands near Ecuador can weigh up to 250 kilograms or the same as a brown bear. Sea otters are the mammals with the most fur. A large male has about 800 million hairs, while humans only have about 5 million hairs. A female fly can lay about 100 to 150 eggs. They will lay up to more than 500 eggs during their lifespan, which is only a few days. Cat fleas can jump up to a height of 60 times their own body length. Lions have the loudest roar of all the big cats. When roaring can be heard up to a distance of 5 kilometers. Emperor penguins can stay underwater for up to 27 minutes and dive as far as 500 meters. Male and female pigeons produce a substance called milk to feed their young. Very few birds have this rare ability. Only flamingos, emperor penguins, pigeons and pigeons have similar abilities. Humans share 98.8% with chimpanzee DNA. Although very similar, humans and chimpanzees have about 35 million differences. The wild Bactrian camel, 2 humps, will drink as much as 50 liters when it finds a water source. They will even drink salt water, unlike other mammals. Kiwi birds from New Zealand forage at night in the forest floor. Unlike other birds, the kiwi has nostrils in its long beak.